Yo, what is up everybody? TJ's Clips. Today I got a video about Darling in the Franxx finally. I decided to upload it because I was, I don't know, looking online, but well, you guys like mostly know like how Darling in Franxx works, but let's just get right into the video and let's talk about how Darling in the Franxx works and everything. Yo, what is up everyone? TJ's Clips. Today I got another video by Darling and Franxx. Finally, it took forever to actually upload. So I like to thank you guys again for watching my videos. I appreciate it. But does Darling in the Franxx have a chance to get a season 2 or a movie or another manga adaptation or that in 2022 or later? Well, it's a possibility, but with Darling in the Franxx, it is an anime original. The anime came out before the manga did. Hint, that's why there's two different story endings between the anime and then the manga itself. Now, how Darling in the Franxx basically works as well, watch it and find out for yourself. I assume most of you guys know, but how it works to find these Klaxosaurs, it continues. But with how a season 2 could operate, no one knows. Nobody knows if season 2 will ever come out or operate, but that is hard telling. Anything could happen, but that is that. Hopefully season 2 does come. I'm hoping it comes, but how it could operate could vary in different ways. How season 1 worked, what will season 2 be, but there's a high possibility chance of a season 2 of Darling in the Franxx coming, and that if you guys want to know more information or that, look at my videos, and then it makes more sense in that to come. But with Darling in the Franxx, anything can possibly come, anything is possible, but yeah, that is that I really don't know what else to say, but well, you get the point. Now, with how Darling in the Franxx works, could operate very very differently, but I don't if you guys really want to know more information on season 2 or anything, check out my YouTube videos and other YouTubers that release some information. Now, it is possible that Otsushi Nishigori or whoever can do something about season 2 coming out. Just remember, the anime is an anime original without the manga. I read some of the manga. It's pretty good. It really, there's two different endings between anime and the manga, but it's possible a anime only basically could get season 2 with another anime that's might be getting a season 2 or a movie possibly, even though that's an anime original. But basically with how Darling in the Franxx works, it works like that. We probably could check out some Darling in the Franxx stuff, I guess. I mean, how it could work. Okay, so I'm not really seeing really nothing that's brand new other than September. It seems like September seems like a more better time. September 22nd, August, September 23rd. Oh wow, okay. These whatever these websites say, don't believe half of the shit that they're saying, because most of the stuff doesn't really make sense. Rely on myself and other YouTubers that talk about this anime. So let's go to cbr.com. This shit already looks like a fraud. Okay, so look how if this stuff works. Y'all guys can read. I heard that Iruka 7 is, I guess, apparently pretty good. I think it's on Funimation. But that, what the fuck? I don't care. No, I don't care. Oh, how did Darn and Franxx season 1 ended? Without watching these dumbass ads. How it ended. Hero and Zero 2 complicated relationship seemed to reach in its fairy tale and never let me go. Oh, please stop. Every time I see Darn and Franxx never let me go, it gives me spine chills, like just like now. But the final episode of the first season and the final Verm and the alien determined to conquer Earth wages the war with CLIPZ, the mecha that here they operate. From this freaking partnership with Zero 2, Hero begins to undergo physical mutation, developing horns and fangs that are classic of a Klaxosapien hybrid. Immediately, Hero and Zero 2 themselves related, or blah blah blah. Okay, so with how that goes, Hero and Zero 2 are reborn after a thousand years, as we seen in the last episode at the final given moments of saying this hint of the story will begin, or something in the longs of that. I kind of forgot, but how it could operate is a very well different type of thing. Just as remember, Darling and Franxx was an anime only before the manga came out. It was released on January 13th, 2018 of the anime. The manga was released the next day of it being drawn. Well, it was starting in production of the manga. But with with that, it says, oh, I'm sorry. Episode 24 near the end says, and a new story begins. Which means that hints it could be a season 2 or a movie is coming sooner or later. But Darn and Franxx has a high better chance of coming in 2022 or 2023, because 2021 seems like it's not going to come anytime soon. Now, what these people are saying, what should they expect? Overall, despite of its many ups and downs, Darn and Franxx concludes in its heartwarming action romance by supporting the notion that soulmates will always find each other again, even in death. Hero and Zero 2 souls still live together in everlasting eternity. Still, this series leaves much desire if the potential for another season is completely out of the question. Hero and Zero 2 dies as Matrix without the need of continuation. However, reincarnated souls as children creates the opportunity of another narrative entirely. Now, they're reborn after 1,000 years later. If they start as kids, like in the first couple episodes, and then transform into like how we see them as like teenagers into adults, and then Verm comes back again, and then they do that. See, would Darling and the Franxx be a season 2 would be mecha as we've seen, or will it be boots on the ground? Which boots on the ground is modernized, like how the wars happen, your troops are on the ground type of ordeal. Is it gonna be something like that but different, or is it gonna be mecha? Now, the mecha option does make a lot of sense, but also boots on the ground, which is normal, as we see troops fighting in wars normalized, besides using like robots and all that shit. It's possible, but mecha seems more of a chance to come, but obviously the more unlikely of a boots on the ground type ordeal makes sense, depending, but the mecha is a better option. As the last scenes and a title appears as it promises the start of a new story, given that the transparent cliffhanger is no surprise that many viewers believe the writers to plan to extend the story in which Squad 13 has been relieved of duty and presently leading fulfilling life, while Hero and Zero 2 cross paths as adolescents. If nothing else, it would be both amusing and uplifting to see Squad 13 reunite with Hero and Zero 2 in some corresponding circumstance. Okay, as we seen, Hero and Zero 2 are dead. Transparent to 8 years later, the blossom tree that were Zero 2's body physically was on like the ground. Her mind was in space, but Hero was technically body and mind was in space. 02's mind was in straight to the hint. That's why she was the mecha itself. Now, as we seen, the cherry blossom of the tree was 02. Given how she loves cherry blossoms, her hair is like a cherry blossom pink, and 8 years later, tree's gone. All of Squad 13 is they're all adults, and then they promise to vow to that they have a place to return once they come back. But it's sad to say, they're not gonna come back. They're dead. They don't know they're dead. They probably think they are, but we know in our hearts they're dead. But 1,000 years later, they could come back. Something around 1,000 years with Darling and the Franxx could come, I should say, but of how it's under circumstances that I might not get season 2 pisses me off. But I've been watching other animes, but no one fucking cares about your stupid ass ads. It says, judging by the dialogue exchange cliffhanger seen here in 02 suffered amnesia during the reincarnation and failed to recognize one another in the afterlife. They exchanged vows to become one, and Hero is mostly unrecognizable by a fellow hybrid. However, when fates align again in Rebirth, it seems that both are completely human. Yes, when they both are reborn, both are human, so we could see season 2 at the last episode, if it ever comes. Hero and 02 finally get married as in human formation, as they would have gotten married in season 1, if you could say, but you couldn't because she couldn't reproduce or anything since she's a Klaxosaur and Hero's a human. But if they're both humans in season 2, which is true because they're reborn 1,000 years later, we could see the last episode of season 2 of them being them being married, which is a good thing. And then let the last part, they have kids, like as they wanted to before, but they couldn't. And well, really, that's that. I really have nothing else to talk about this, but I'm pretty sure I'll find something to make up a video about this in another week or two, depending. Give me some time, we'll figure something out. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.